it's all about the clap back. Get your boss whacked, Premier's funeral on Snapchat. You now tuned into the bag.
Welcome to the bridge where niggas can't come. Shots fired, panic if you want. I won't dare run. Handguns, keep it in my pocket if it's static, nigga.
What's good, y'all? Fist Vegas, the hardest voice of sports. Go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe to the Fist Schooner while you at it. Y'all know what time it is. If you ain't with it, you best get with it. Now let's rock. Listen. Big Ben is done. Alright, last night, what was he like? 180 yards, 24 completions for like 840 something attempt. He's done. He's done. Now, this video, because I don't really like talking about the Steelers. Y'all know I don't like the Steelers. Alright, and I really don't like the Steelers. Like, my hate for the Steelers will just dramatically increase if TJ Watt breaks Michael Strahan record. If he breaks the beloved Michael Strahan record because he has an extra game, that's some bullshit. Alright, Steelers fans, TJ Watt will never be better than Michael Strahan. He's not even close to being as good as Michael Strahan. He has an extra game, okay, in a passing NFL. When Michael Strahan broke that record, teams were still lining up an I formation on 3rd and 10. Okay, it's a different league. But that ain't what this is about. It's about Big Ben. And I'm going to get straight to the point. He's overrated. When I look at Big Ben, he just wasn't that good. This is a result-based business, right? So, I'm a Giants fan. Even I tell you, Eli Manning was an average quarterback. He was average. But the difference is, in the playoffs, Eli got it done. When you needed to beat Tom Brady, when you needed to beat Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre, when you needed to beat the big-time teams in the big-time moments, Eli Manning would come through and get it done. But even I'll be the first to tell you, he needed Daniel Jones to get a high ankle sprain for him to play versus the Dolphins to finish as a 500 quarterback. Big Ben, on the other hand, is the opposite of Eli Manning. Big Ben he puts up these good regular seasons where they win 11, 12 games and they're a top seed in the AFC and they went to the playoffs like every year. Unlike Eli Manning, Big Ben had good regular seasons and went to the playoffs on a consistent basis. The difference is Eli Manning owned Tom Brady. Tom Brady was Eli's bitch. Big Ben and Mike Tomlin were Brady and Belichick's bitches. How many times did we see Big Ben get washed by Tom Brady? How many times? How many times did we see Big Ben lose to inferior players in the playoffs? Blake Bortles, ring a bell. Tim Tebow, ring a bell. Baker Mayfield, ring a bell. At some point, when you look back at Ben Roethlisberger as a Steeler fan, you have to say he didn't do enough. It's an incomplete. You don't feel fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? It's like having sex. You having the best sex in the world, but you don't come. What's the point of having sex if you don't orgasm? And I feel like with Big Ben, it's like you got a blowjob, but he got up, but she got up and left early. Like she got a call. She had to go take care of a child or something. It's like, yo, like we not finished over here. You know what I'm saying? When you look back at Ben Roethlisberger, it's like, yo, you only got 2 Super Bowls? With all those Hall of Famers on defense, all those Hall of Famers on offense, all Big Ben could manage to do was get 2 Super Bowls. Big Ben had a 5 or 6 year stretch where the best running back in the league and the best wide receiver in the league and at least 2 to 3 Pro Bowls on the offensive line at the same damn time. Pouncey, Villanueva, DeCastro. He had a mean-ass offensive line. Then you got Antonio Brown. You have AB. He had Martavius Bryant, Juju Smith-Schuster. He had Heath Miller. He had all the firepower you could possibly need to get it done. And he still flamed out year after year after year. He had James Harrison, Woodley, Ferrier, Hampton, Palomalu, Ike Taylor, all those studs on that Steeler defense, and only got one ring out of it. He lost to Aaron Rodgers. He got one ring out of that. If you're a Steeler fan, you have to feel like he didn't do enough. The Steelers got one fluke ring versus Seattle. The refs gave him a ring versus Seattle. Ben Roethlisberger had the worst quarterback rating in the history of the NFL that game. Go look it up. He was horrible that game. They got that Super Bowl. And then Big Ben beat the Cardinals. That was 11 years ago. That was 2009. Or no, it's 2010. Yeah, the year after Breeze won his Super Bowl. So it's like we're now in 2022 and y'all haven't won or been back to the Super Bowl since. You have losses to Blake Bortles and Tim Tebow and Joe Flacco and Baker Mayfield and Tom Brady foot still. I'm still trying to get Tom Brady foot out your ass. Tom Brady got a cleat stuck up in the middle of the Steelers' ass and they can't get it out. It's stuck up there. We need a bunch of lube. We need to drip him in some water. We need to do something. Put him in some grease. We need to do something to get that cleat out the ass of the Steelers because Tom Brady left it there. So I don't know what to make of Big Ben other than to say he's overrated and didn't do enough. And I'm not even going to talk about the off-field shit. I'm not even going to talk about how horrible of a teammate this guy is. He the reason Antonio Brown ain't on Pittsburgh right now. How you going to throw Antonio Brown under the bus on your radio show after that game in Denver when you ain't throw a good ball? Ben, you sucked that game. And you gonna blame Antonio Brown for not making a play on a radio show knowing that nigga crazy? Being a good leader is KYP, know your personnel. In order to be a good leader, you need to know your personnel. You know that little nigga crazy, and you gonna go call him out on a national radio show and expect him not to bug the fuck out? Come on, man. At the end of the day, bro, it is what it is. Big Ben, in my humble opinion, will be a Hall of Famer, but he's not that great. I don't consider him a great quarterback. I think he's very good. He's not great. I also think, Eli Manning is better. If you swap Eli Manning and Big Ben, the Steelers will probably have like 6 or 7 rings. And I'm not exaggerating. Because Eli Manning in the playoffs was a demon. If you put Eli Manning on the Steelers with Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell, he'd have got you at least 2 rings out of that 5 or 6 year stretch where he had both of them. Eli Manning with that defense would have got you at least another ring or 2. Like, this is Eli Manning showed up in big games. Big Ben didn't. He just didn't. And any Steeler fan who's being objective will acknowledge that he laid down a lot in the playoffs. So when I remember Big Ben, I'm going to remember the guy who just didn't do enough. He didn't do enough. Big Ben is like that basketball team who's always a 4th or 5th seed and gets smacked in the second round. He's like a 4th or 5th seed who's like, John Wall or DeMar DeRozan or Luka Doncic or something, like, these are good players, but they always lose in the 1st or 2nd round. It's like, damn, son. That's how I think of Big Ben. Just how I think of him. But anyway, that's it. That's all. Subscribe to the unit if you rocking with me. My name is Fist Vegas, and I approve this message.